I think Bernie Sanders' campaign is rightly pivoting off of the, I mean, what do you call it? This isn't even backstabbing. Elizabeth Warren stabbed Bernie in the front. Putting aside, let's put aside the fact that whether you believe that Bernie Sanders said this or you don't. I don't believe that Bernie Sanders said this for the same reasons I've already explained. But let's put that aside for a second, okay? So, this was a private conversation that was held over a year ago, right? The New York Times reported on the private conversation right after it happened. I would think their reporting was informed by advisors to Elizabeth Warren and advisors to Bernie Sanders. Nobody in Elizabeth Warren's world at that time said anything to the New York Times about a comment that Bernie Sanders made, either explicitly claiming or indirectly suggesting that a woman could not win the presidency. Then, as Elizabeth Warren is free-falling, if you missed it last night, I mean, the numbers are the number. 22% in the beginning of October in Iowa. Most recent Monmouth poll, 15%. It's a big drop. New Hampshire, 32%, beginning of October, down to 18%, recent Boston Herald poll. In New Hampshire, Nevada, 21%, beginning of November, down to 11% now. She has been free-falling, and based on her political instincts or the Hillary Clinton people that she has stuffed her campaign with, she has a lot of former advisors and campaign officials with the Hillary Clinton campaign that are advising her and staffing her. Obviously, what I've been saying since this story came out, obviously Elizabeth Warren's campaign is desperate, and obviously they leaked her version of the private conversation they had, which is totally disrespecting Bernie Sanders, totally breaching, your friendship, the fact that Bernie Sanders has fought politically for you your entire political career. He fought to get Barack Obama to appoint you as the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He endorsed you in your Senate run. He has defended you on the Senate floor when Mitch McConnell silenced you. Bernie Sanders has been an ally for Elizabeth Warren. And to me, this is Bernie Sanders' biggest weakness as a politician. He's too trusting and he's too nice. It was obviously planted by Elizabeth Warren's campaign. And when a story is planted by four people from the same campaign, there's no way to verify that it's true. So you're not actually reporting something that is factually verified, because you can't factually verify something that's all one-sided. You could spin it off and say Elizabeth Warren claims this was said, but you can't report something as fact that is innuendo. It could have been the way Bernie Sanders could have said X, and Elizabeth Warren might have interpreted it as Y, right? So, shockingly, even though CNN pushed this as a breaking news report, meaning the story was reported out, which usually means I have confirmed it, and there is a way to actually confirm it. What's amazing to me, this was clearly planted. Elizabeth Warren, frankly, and I saw some theories on Twitter. Kyle Kalinske over at Secular Talk said she must have made a deal with Biden. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's not true. But you got Hillary Clinton's people are staffing Elizabeth Warren's campaign. They couldn't challenge Bernie on policy last time around, so they shielded themselves with a sexism cloak. And it seems like Elizabeth Warren, in desperation, thinking, I'll pick off some of Bernie's supporters, probably female supporters, and maybe if I fight and I stir up this sexism stuff, maybe I could pick off some of the Pete supporters that I've lost to Pete. That's the only thing that makes sense. So it was amazing. Before the debate, CNN's own anchor confirmed that this was not an actual news report, that is fact. I don't often credit Erin Burnett. I don't often credit CNN, but she accidentally told the truth. Let's take a look.
Warren had no problem with this story yesterday. It was clearly leaked by her team to CNN. It came out more than a year after the meeting. It came out on the eve of a debate This is pretty clear. She knew about this. She sanctioned it. Everything around it indicates that. Why is she pumping the brakes now, indicating don't want to talk about this anymore? We're all...
So right there, you have Erin Burnett stating the obvious. Elizabeth Warren's campaign leaked this to CNN. She was totally fine with it when she leaked it. Had no problem with talking about it then when she leaked it to CNN. CNN, my network, then just regurgitated what Elizabeth Warren's advisors, and frankly, probably Elizabeth Warren herself, leaked to CNN. And then she turns around and is like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to attack Bernie. It would be like it would be like Trump bombing Iran and then saying, I really want to make peace with Iran. I mean, I'm not saying what Elizabeth Warren did is equivalent to war with Iran, but you get my point. It's just unbelievable. CNN's own anchor is saying this isn't a news story. This isn't a fact. This is something Elizabeth Warren's campaign planted. And stunningly, you saw the clip. Bernie Sanders just says, no, I didn't say it. Go look at what I've been saying for the last 30 years. And this journalist, if you want to call her that, says, Senator Warren, what do you think of Bernie Sanders saying a woman can't win? I mean, this is beyond propaganda. This is beyond propaganda. This is essentially state-run media for Elizabeth Warren's campaign. It's just stunning. And then after Elizabeth Warren leaks this and then fakes outrage that she's asked about it, then you have the New York Times, quote unquote, confirming it. How is the New York Times and other news outlets confirming a story that only had two people in the room? How do you confirm that? The New York Times confirmed Elizabeth Warren's advisor's version of what was said. This is how manufacturing consent works. A BS tale. And again, to me, it's very possible Bernie Sanders said to her, are you prepared? Donald Trump is going to use the kitchen sink against you. He's going to weaponize sexism against you. And Elizabeth Warren took that as this man telling me a woman can't beat Donald Trump. Very possible that's how she interpreted it. But as I said last night, there's a difference between me calling you fat and my girlfriend asking, how do you think I look in this? And me saying, I don't know if it fits. She might interpret that as me saying, you're fat. And maybe I just meant, I don't think it fits you. It's too big. It's too small, whatever. There's misinterpretations in conversations all the time. But if Elizabeth Warren felt this offended, felt that this was a sexist comment, why did she wait over a year to share it? When she could have shared it with the New York Times right then and there after the meeting. You have then the New York Times pushing this nonsense of, we confirmed it. You didn't confirm anything. You just spoke with the same exact Warren advisors that fed this to CNN, and you confirmed the same thing that they told CNN. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't think, by the way, that the DNC is not involved in this either. If you look at Status Coup's Twitter at the top, follow us at Status Coup. And if you look at the video we did yesterday here, literally the DNC has a senior advisor to Tom Perez going on Jake Tapper's show, trashing Bernie Sanders and trashing the misogynist, sexist Bernie bros. This is the DNC, Hillary Clinton, Elizabeth Warren, and Barack Obama's people have their fingerprints on this too. And why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Well, does it have anything to do with Bernie Sanders' crazy momentum right now? Another endorsement. National Immigrant Rights Group endorses Sanders. Make the Road Action, an immigration rights group, is endorsing Bernie for president. The 10-year-old organization, which mobilizes immigrants and minority communities for political action in Connecticut, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, has not previously endorsed a presidential candidate. This on top of the New Hampshire chapter of SEIU endorsing Bernie Sanders, going against, by the way, its own national union who isn't endorsing. Then you have, and this is going to bother a lot of the Biden people who are claiming Biden's more electable, new Florida poll, Florida Atlantic University, Bernie up 6 against Trump. Up 6. That is well past the margin of error in that poll. Biden up 2, margin of error. Warren up 2, margin of error. Mayor CIA tied. But he's not electable, damn it. But he's not electable. Elizabeth Warren, it's truly unbelievable to me. Elizabeth Warren, I mean, if you want to call me sexist, call me sexist. Tried her best mean girl interpretation. She stabbed Bernie Sanders not in the back, but in the front. Then on stage pretended to be outraged that she even had to talk about it. Then after the debate, has the gall, as Bernie Sanders, who, by the way, if I was Bernie Sanders, and I'm sick of Bernie being so nice, has the gall. Bernie goes up to her to shake her hand. She has the gall to get in his face, not shake his hand, and continue on. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.